Now, if we go from Eware the First, that was a very warrior king, very powerful warrior king. He actually created an empire, not just a kingdom. The Benin kingdom translated into an empire. His son, Ozolwa, won over 200 battles. This is very important to note. And Ozolwa was followed by Eze, who actually spoke Portuguese. He had emissaries in Rome and in Portugal and some other places. Now, from Eze, please, which I will let you know is also a part of the last name of Ephraim's father. Ephraim's father is the prince that has Eze in his name, in his actual name. Eze, to cut it short now, Eze had several sons, but the oldest one, Oba Oroboa, was the one who took after Eze. This is real history and facts that this book brings to light. Now, to cut everything short, during the rebellion by Eze Chima, and after Eze Chima was defeated, all the areas were consolidated and made into a sub-empire of the Benin Kingdom, a Benin Empire. And that is what is called Onicha Olona today. Ikomyoto, that means I fought the battle, I won, and got the land. Now, the name of the younger brother of King Oroboa is Ugbe, and that is whose palace we are trying to reconstruct. His name was Osazua also, and he was installed as the king, not Eze. There are several Eze. Ezes are equivalent to Enogis in Benin. Ezes are chiefs. But Ugbe, Osazua, was king. So that's why we are talking about the Benin, the palace of the Onocha, the palace of the Onocha, a king who was actually called Obanisika. So the difference is that this was a king and had a palace. And learning about this palace and the war and all the things that are documented in this book will let you know the facts. There's a lot of revisionary histories going on. Who belongs to where and who is who? This book deals with it. And in closing, since I was given 4 minutes, I want to say a little thing about language. The language, the Benin language, would have been spoken in many parts of Nigeria today, including the formerly known country of Dahomey, that is now the Republic of Benin. In the maritime designation called the Bight of Benin, this empire was recognized by air, by land, and by sea. Europeans were coming. There were obas and princes that traveled. And Obayuwana, as I told you all earlier on, actually spoke Portuguese as a language. But the Benin's, when they won a battle, they never insisted on the people to learn how to speak Benin. This is very important. If they had, a large part of Nigeria and the neighboring countries would have been speaking Benin today. That is for two reasons. Benin was difficult, language. Number two, the Beninese were very proud and did not want to teach the language of the elite to just anybody. And they made error in that. Just an example for you very quickly. The language depends on tone so much. For an example, I want to give you a phrase. Iyo. That means I went. Iyo. Same spelling, I-Y-O. Iyo. Iyo. That means I am not going. The same spelling. Iyo. That means I always go. The same spelling, but mean differently. This is why today some people will ask about Onicha area and Onicha Olona, even to across the Niger. Except for the titles, Iyase, Oba, and Eze, which is a Nogie. When you put it all together, you will know the contribution that Ephraim has done to the history. And there is so many reasons for us to work very hard to reconstruct and resurrect the palace of that prince, that younger brother of Oba Oroboa, who became Oba Nisika Osazua. Thank you very much.
Big round of applause. Thank you so much, Professor.
Yes, this is deep.
Really, this is really very deep, and I learned something myself, even though I'm of the younger generation. But thank you. A big round of applause. A big round of applause.
Thank you.